Live Q&A time now. You guys know the drill. Hashtag Cowboys or be like Emilio Rodriguez and use a super chat here. What offseason move would you go after? The number one priority right now for the Cowboys should be to pay Dak Prescott, get a deal done before Watson or Mahomes does. Beyond that, I'm looking at safety. Maybe it's Eric Reed, maybe it's Eric Berry, maybe it's Rashad Jones. I'd like to find somebody who can play strong safety, and if there are injuries or issues at linebacker, could also play that spot as well. So I think that's a pretty good idea for the Dallas Cowboys. I also want to shout out, I missed the name of, oh, there it is for me. The super chat for reinstated 007, sorry, disrespect there, for the $3 sticker super chat. Thank you very much. So get on the show, guys. You know the drill. Hashtag Cowboys or super chat. Those are the two ways to do it. From Jonas S., is Tyrone Crawford gone? I don't think there's any impact here for Aldon Smith and Tyrone Crawford. Like, yeah, you could use Aldon a little bit more inside than he's really ever been used in the NFL, because since he appears to have bulked up a little bit at 287, the alleged reported weight he was at. But I don't think it's like, okay, Aldon's back, boom, now it's time to cut Tyrone Crawford. I think that because you really don't know what you're going to get in the end from Aldon Smith, I think that'd be a pretty rash decision. From Jadilla K, best offseason for the Cowboys in a decade. I love the draft. I'm a huge fan of the draft, but like I think the only way to do it is to go back and look a couple years ago. Isn't 2016 still the winner? Because you got Zeke and Jalen and Dak and Malik Collins, at least a contributor for you. So, I mean, we'll see in a couple years. I don't want to declare it the best offseason, but I will say this. They had a good one, especially after a pretty rocky free agency, when they had to have a good one. That's important. From the Texas Rangers report. Interesting. What does the reinstatement mean for a signing of Clowney, Griffin, or Matthews? I mean, I don't think anything is official because of it, but I think it's the same path the Cowboys were trending on. They weren't showing interest in Clowney or Griffin or Matthews. Like, they weren't doing that. And with Aldon now officially reinstated, I think it's like, yeah, see, that's why we weren't that interested in it. So I think Matthews could still make some sense, given his familiarity with McCarthy, with the ability to play both linebacker and, hand in the dirt defensive end. But I think the price for Clowney and Griffin has always been too high in the end for the Dallas Cowboys. So I don't think there's much of a change, but I think it's more of the same thought process for the Dallas Cowboys. So with Aldon Smith being reinstated, give me a one-word reaction. Maybe solid is a good way to go about it. Exciting, especially for Aldon, that he gets to return to the NFL after being away for so long. So everyone in the comments, let me know your one-word reaction to Aldon Smith being reinstated by the Dallas Cowboys. From King J. Oh, gosh. I knew it was going to happen. It's okay. Does a David Irving return make sense? With the new policy, he may be more motivated to play at a high level, and also Jason Garrett is gone. I appreciate the super chat, King J, and I totally get your thought process. Well, because you're right. Irving didn't love football before. He really wanted to do his whole marijuana thing. He's still doing that, by the way. He's got his passport thing, whatever it is. I don't fully understand it. I think that David Irving burnt the bridge on his way out of Dallas. Yeah, he didn't get along with Jason Garrett, but I don't think the rest of the coaching staff, which of course is also good, but I don't think the team liked him all that much. Like, it's one thing for a player to have, dedication, love football, and have off-the-field issues. It's another thing when a player just doesn't love the game, and that's what happened to David Irving. He's trying to take some credit for the whole NFL change in policy. It's not the case. I would be stunned, frankly, if David Irving played for the Dallas Cowboys ever again. It'd be one of the more surprising things that I'll have seen in my time covering the Dallas Cowboys, or even just being a fan. All right, Jordan, is it Jamerson? Let me know. What are your expectations for Randy? Something similar in the end to Aldon Smith. Now, we've seen Gregory more recently, and he exceeded my expectations in that year. But I think anything more than 5 or 6 sacks is asking too much out of a player that was suspended and has clearly spent most of his time trying to get his life back on, which is the right move for Randy. So if I can get 4, if I can get 5 out of my number 3, number 4 defensive end, I'm feeling pretty darn good about that. From Barry Holt, if the Wolf Hunter, he means Leighton Vander Esch, for those of you confused, goes back to 2018 form, we'll be good, and Smith plays like the Smith of old, and Lee stays healthy, we'll be okay. Lawrence needs to step up. We're Super Bowl bound. Threw in the hashtag Cowboys at the end. I mean, you need that, and that's how Barry got on the coast on the show, was using hashtag Cowboys. Be smart. Be like Barry. You need the defense to be better. I feel good about DeMarcus Lawrence. I'm optimistic about Smith, and I hope that that LV's neck is right. I'm actually more concerned about the secondary. That's the weak part I see right now on this defense. All right, from Grant Kane, are Dorance Armstrong, Joe Jackson, Jalen, Jelks eligible for the practice squad? They probably wouldn't make it anyway. First general note, it is a lot easier to sneak guys onto the practice squad than we want to admit. It's a whole heck of a lot easier. I remember last year, people freaked out that Donovan Alumba and Daniel Wise got cut, and then they made it through, and then they got cut again, and I'm not okay with that. I need to double-check Dorance Armstrong. He might have another year, but he's already been in the NFL for 2, and I have to double-check that one. Joe Jackson, Jalen, Jelks do have eligibility for the practice squad. And Grant, check out my 53-man roster projection. You'll see if I put those 2 on the practice squad. Now, for this next one, producer Brett did not want me to see it in advance. 2Fly215. Tom, you really get on my nerves with your negative outlook on everything. Am I overly negative? Why for yes and for no? Let me know in the comments section. Because I would assume this is in reference to me telling you guys to dial back your expectations for Aldon Smith. Which, I don't know why you're booing me, I'm right. I see N's, I see a couple Y's. Okay, it's even. I don't know. I try and tell you guys like it is, or at least how I think it is. I don't want to fill you up with false hope, and then all of a sudden the Cowboys lose a playoff game because Jason Garrett goes ultra conservative, and you're like, Tom, you told us they were going to win the Super Bowl. I'm just trying to tell you guys how it is, and if that's negative, then I'm sorry. But you know, I try and be right. That's what I do. If you just want, you know, everything's sunshine and roses, that's the word I'm looking for there. If you just want that, this is not the right channel for you. If you want in-depth breakdowns, if you want a fun back and forth discussion, well, here you go. And by the way, I think most of you guys like it because no other Cowboys channel out there has more subscribers. I can't wait till we get to 69K subs. I might make it private to keep it there forever. I'm not sure yet. So if you haven't already, hit that big red button. Make sure the notifications are turned on. That way, you know each time there's a new video coming out here. All right, Roy Martinez, do you still think the Cowboys have a chance to trade for Jamal Adams? Until Jamal Adams signs his extension, the answer is yes. Is it a good chance? Probably not, but there is a chance. And as I learned when Earl Thomas had the I don't know what proper way to make it appropriate to say out loud, the incident, how about that? I still have questions like, time to trade for Earl Thomas? Which the answer is no. So until Adams gets extended, yes, there's a chance. But I also do this mindset. If the Jets are smart, they're going to pay him. So I think that's what ends up happening. From Damon Jones, how about re-signing Tavon Austin? I'm a little intrigued to see what happens with Tavon. Again, cheap one-year deal to be wide receiver 4/5 and return some punts in what should hopefully be a better special teams unit led by John Fossil than what they had last year. I'd be open to that. I wonder if Tavon's trying to wait to find a chance to get more reps on the field. Never forget the ultimate fake hype in Cowboys history. Tavon Austin getting 12 to 2 touches per game. He had like 12 catches for the Cowboys. Destroyer Dog, is offense or defense the best right now? I think it's pretty clearly the offense. That was the case last year. That was a top 5 offense. The defense didn't sniff top 5. From Michael Leftwich, Byron's cousin, I am told. Kidding. Is the rumored Dak contract true? 175. What do you think of it is? I will tell you this, Michael. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video. We will break down the Dak Prescott contract note. If you've been closely paying attention to us here at the Cowboys Report, the numbers involved really shouldn't surprise you. We've told it to you for a month now, but we'll break it all down, and I'll tell you why. If you are freaking out, you probably shouldn't be if you were on board with the Cowboys' previous offer. It all fits in pretty well there.